You know, our vision will not change, which is to be the best program in the state of Missouri. I mean, we're going to be successful because of the way that we practice, the way that we work, the way that we play, and that's what's going to make folks proud at the end of the day, and that's why we play football. Anyway, we got great kids, man, and that's probably the best part of this whole thing. Play the very best that we can play, no matter who we play, because at the end of the day, that's what we're supposed to do, is give our best, regardless of who we're playing, and I thought our kids did that. And, you know, you have no idea how much it helps the kids, you know, when the fans are behind them and the students are into it, you know, so I just ask that they show up and let's be ready to go. You know what, I mean, if you approach life from the standpoint of I want to be the very best I can be today and don't worry about tomorrow and don't worry about yesterday, you know, it kind of works itself out. I mean, they're coaching their butts off every single day, every single minute to put the best product they can put out there. And we're going to have kids that are going to compete. Like, they're going to go out there and compete their butts off, you know, and sometimes that's good enough, sometimes it's not. But what we have to do is do the fundamental things that's good for us, and that's hang on to the ball, try to have some big plays, be good in special teams. You know, like the objectives that it takes to win football, that's what we're working on every single day. Anybody that's ever been a competitor loves to compete. You know, like I can't wait for them to get in there, you know, and let's see how our kids perform.
Again. Nixa football. Are you ready to fight? Flip on the lights. It's Friday night.
And a good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Nixa Touchdown Club Coaches Show here at Big Whiskey's. Big crowd tonight, Coach. Well, we are excited about being here. Of course, we are calling this the actual wrap-up show for tonight, and we've already filled out the scoreboard for the Sign-A-Rama scoreboard. No sense in kind of talking too much about that score. We all saw the game. We knew what happened. We're going to kind of recap the season tonight, and we also going to meet a couple of coaches that we haven't had a chance to meet this year. We're going to meet Kevin Shipley and Chance Potts, so excited about that. And then Coach has got several guest speakers tonight, so we'll save that surprise for you coming up a little bit later, and that's all coming up right here at the Coaches Show. So big thanks to Zern. He's here tonight in the audience with us, and him and Danny making this sign for us, and I know they'll continue to do that for us next year. And, of course, they have the big wrap on the trailer, too. Looks really good. Our premier sponsor this year, Jenkins CPA, big supporter. Vance is running back behind the producer's station tonight, so he's running the show. Heather filled in last week, so big thanks to Vance and Heather for supporting the Nixa Touchdown Club. And, of course, our host here tonight, Big Whiskey's Bar and Grill. And it looks like a lot of you guys have gotten some good food to eat, something cold to drink, so that's fun. And, of course, they always support our coaches and our players throughout the year, so we appreciate Big Whiskey's. And our Player of the Week, and this is going to be a special award this week, so we'll announce that coming up. That's brought to you by Price Cutter. But that brings us to our introduction of Coach Perry, and that is from Greg's Mower Shop, located right here in Nixa. Small engine repair. He even fixes Sea-Doos, side-by-sides, ATVs, pretty much whatever you might have that needs to be fixed, he can help you out with that. Greg's Mower Shop, located just north of Harder House. All right, Coach, what we're going to do tonight, you know what? There's the big number, right? So there it is. Let's just back up a little bit. I don't really want to look at that graphic, so we're going to play some highlights of the year. We started out the season in Branson, big victory, 42-6. You feeling good about the season after that first big win?
You know what? By the time you get back to the season, you're excited for that first game, and you know it was a great night. I thought there were a lot of positives that come out of that night. But we got the season started off on a high note for sure.
And then, of course, we traveled down to Joplin, and frankly, I thought the other night's game and this game were comparable. Really, they really were, only the scores were just a little bit different. We come up with a loss in Joplin, but we bounced right back to Willard High School, 49-14.
Yeah, the two Joplin games, when I went back today and Monday I watched it all, and then I went back and, looked at the stats. They were very similar, the storyline I thought for both of them was the line of scrimmage. We had issues running the football. They were a little bit more successful. Then we were able to come back from Joplin. And I tell you what, the first Joplin night, I thought kind of explained where we were as a program. You go out there in the first quarter and your star running back goes down. There are a lot of teams and a lot of places that, would drop their head
Right.
and you would not get as great an effort because all of their hopes, were riding on that kid. But what I saw that night was a group of kids that fought even harder to pick up the slack. So, like, when that game was over with, although you're disappointed in the loss, there was so much to be proud of, that night, the way our kids fought.
Well, Coach, we came right back. We won several in a row. We beat Willard 49-14, Republic 21-10, Neosho 54-20, and then we come up to the backyard brawl. Big victory there against our rivals here in Christian County, 35-21.
That one was a tough night. That ball didn't bounce our way for most of that night. We threw some interceptions. We did some things that wasn't great. They made some big plays. I thought they played really well, but at the end of the night, we were able to overcome the adversity that, was thrown at us in that game, and we got a win. And, when you've been doing it as long as I have, you appreciate the wins. I mean, even when they're not pretty, you're thankful that you got a W no matter what. No matter what happened, so we were excited to get out of there with a win.
Well, Coach, and then we turn right around, another big emotional game. The Webb City Cardinals come to town, 41-27.
Well, that's one that's been coming, obviously, for a while, and, we were very grateful to be able to win that game that night. What a great night. What a great win, for our coaches, for our kids, for our program. That was a lot of fun.
And then, of course, we do have the big Carthage game. Kind of a tough night that night. Good football program. We've already talked about that. You give them lots of credit. It gives us something to build on in the future. Don't you agree?
Yeah. I mean, I think when I was little and I acted up, my dad would really whoop my tail. It really reminded me of that. The only problem was I didn't feel like we'd really acted up. We just got our tail whipped anyway. But that's life, man. Like, that's the way it goes, man. It wasn't our night. They're not 49-14 better than us, but they were better that night. And, what our team did after that night was went back to practice Sunday, Monday, Tuesday to get better, and I think the one thing we want to try to teach our guys more than anything in the world is when adversity hits, what you do is you put your head down and you go to work. You just go to work for that day, be the best you can be that day, do it the next day, turn that into a week, turn it into a month, turn it into a year. Before you know it, you're pretty darn good, and that night was just another lesson along the way.
Well, I think it kind of goes back, looking here at the schedule, you look at, obviously, Willard, Republic, Neosho, kind of a down years for them. Ozark, kind of the same thing, but at the backyard brawl over the 25-plus years, me being in the booth, I've seen everything on that game. It's just that rival game. It's like that Texas-Oklahoma. It's that, Michigan State, Ohio State, that kind of a deal. But we went Ozark, and then, of course, emotional game, Webb City emotional game, and then Carthage. So 3 really in a row there, but then we bounce right back, and finally Coach Wickwar gets him a goose egg with Lee Summit West, 28-0.
Yeah, that was a good night. It was a little misty, a little cold, but our kids fought really hard. We played really good on defense. Was able to get a shutout, win it 28-0. They've got a good program. They do a great job up there. I thought they had really good kids, good players, and it's tough on them to make that 3-hour-plus drive down here. But I thought we did what we were supposed to do. Yeah,
good game that night. Of course, then we go into Joplin, kind of have a rough night, but that's okay. So let's talk about this, Coach. So as we begin to recap our season, I know we're going to bring up a couple guest coaches, and I know it's easy to talk about all the seniors, and we're going to get to that in a little bit. All the seniors that it's emotional for them, but Coach, you and your team, your coaching staff, you guys put a lot of hours into the program. Tell us a little bit about what that's like as you guys just kind of recap the season for yourselves. How's that emotionally been for you, for your coaching
it's tough.
staff?
You think about, even you go back to the kids, okay? The kids' coaches put them all in the same boat together. They went to work last November, December, January, February. They put a lot into this. They showed up at 6 o'clock in the morning to work out. They showed up at 6:30 on Friday mornings for Leadership Academy. They come in the summertime. There's a lot that goes into it. Then you go out there at Joplin and you play your hearts out. I thought our kids played, as hard as they could play. There were a few things that didn't go our way. And then you get on the bus and come home and you realize it's over. Everything that you did, now I went into coaching because of that feeling, because, that's a tough feeling. But these kids, you think about sports, you can go play baseball till you're 55 years old, isn't that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We got a 55-year-old baseball player in the house. You can play basketball for as long as you want. You can go run around the track. You can go play tennis, golf. Some of these kids, most of these kids are never going to put on shoulder pads and helmet again and play football. It's totally different than anything else in the world, and that's tough. It's tough on the kids.
Right.
It's tough on the coaches, So when I woke up Saturday, being the person that I am. The sun came up. It was pretty. It was a beautiful morning. And all I could think about was the things that we have to be grateful for. Sure, I want to still be playing next year. Doc called me last night, said, "What are you doing?" And I'm sitting there on my computer, and I'm making out the state championship starting lineup for 2022. Like, we plan on playing to the end, and that's where we're going. But the day after, the weekend after, like, it's tough. It's kind of like having the flu and having to get over it in a day or two, because we are going to go back to work for 2022 really fast.
Yeah, and coaching never stops for you guys. And of course, you had a couple of you wanted to highlight a couple of different coaches tonight. We've met Wick War a couple of times. Of course, Coach Gold, Coach Wells, of course. I mean, a lot of the upper staff coaches that you have on the program. But you wanted to highlight Kevin Shipley and Chance Potts tonight. Is that correct?
Yeah, so today we're going to meet the lower level staff. You know what I'm saying? Like, he said that, not me. He said the upper level. No, I'm going to tell you what, we saved the best for last, because what we have is we have two guys that have a very neat perspective into this profession. Coach Shipley was a police officer up in Springfield for over 25 years. Chance Potts, we're friends. I have no idea what he does for a living, but he still has another career going on, outside of this, so I thought it'd be really great to talk to them, get their perspective, on coaching, Nixa football, just in general.
Well, Coach, before we bring them up, let's all give Coach Perry and his entire coaching staff a big round of applause. I know we had an exciting season. Not the outcome in the end that we want, but that's football, Coach. That's the way it happens, and sometimes you have to learn from your lessons, and we really appreciate what you've brought to our community, and it's very, very strong and growing. Hey, we'll be right back with Coach Chance Potts and Kevin Shipley right here at the Nixa Touchdown Club Coaches Show after a message from Jenkins CPA. Well, welcome back to Big Whiskey's here for the Nixa Touchdown Club Coaches Show. Appreciate the big crowd tonight. We got Dr. Loden in here with us tonight, man. The big guy himself come out. Him and David Liss, I saw, was here. So we've got some of the, that would be the upper level of the Nixa School District right there. I mean, you don't go any higher than Dr. Loden. That's about as, you two got a lot in common, you and Dr. Loden. I'm seeing it now. I see that. I see it. Hi, hey guys, we are, thank you for coming in here tonight. Big thanks to our sponsors, Jenkins CPA, just had a message from them. Also, Big Whiskey's Bar and Grill, big thanks to their hosting of the Coaches Show. Price Cutter, our player of the week all season long, and of course, Greg's Mower Shop. But we do have a couple of coaches here tonight. This is your first year with the program, is that correct? It is for Chance, right? So Chance, this is your first year with the program. I know that obviously the father of Reed Potts and who played for us last year, and you got an up-and-comer that's still coming through the program now. How did you get into coaching on the coaching staff this season?
It's a great question. I didn't expect it.
Okay.
So I'm driving with Coach Perry to pick up a golf cart for the program, and surprisingly on the way, he's asking me what I might think about coming in and helping with the team, and that was back in June. So instantly when he said it and asked me, I was definitely interested. I love football. I love Nixa. I love the program. But yeah, that's how it got started.
Well, and he and I were kind of talking off camera too. And of course, Chance, I know you and I have had some pretty big conversations about life and goals and thinking big. Are you able to bring some of that, not only just the coaching skills and helping coach the players, on the actual playing of the game, but what about on the mental part of the game? Is that anything that you've been able to expand upon this season?
I don't know how much of it I've personally brought, but one of the reasons I wanted to be involved was that's what is happening in the program, led by Coach Perry all the way down through the others. And I want to be around that. I want to be around the mindset of people that want to grow And if I could be any small part of that for the kids with these great coaches, I definitely wanted to be a part of it. It's huge to me, but I don't know that I felt like I was the one bringing that. I
Right.
was just trying to support those that were bringing it.
Well, I know you personally and the people that you're around, it's naturally it's refreshing conversations. So where have you been specializing in the program? What have you been doing when you're, when I was out there the other day, you just looked like you were walking around in circles. So tell me what you're doing out there on the field, Coach.
Well, low level, that's what we do. We walk around in circles. No, I got to work with the outside linebackers, which was a lot of fun. That's what I got to play. And, it was a great group of young men and super thankful to be able to have that group.
All right. Coach Shipley, you come to us. How long you been with the program now?
6 years.
6 years? I guess I didn't realize that. Why? Yeah, I guess.
I'm definitely low level.
Yeah, and we got enough audio coming in on that, Vance, on his mic. Okay, just making sure if I can hear him out in the crowd. So I know he said that you came from you were in the police department, and then you got into coaching. Is that correct?
Yes, I was with Springfield Police Department for 25 years.
You're going to have to bring him up just a little bit higher, Vance. I can tell he's going to need a little bit more volume on that wireless mic. And he can project a little bit. Like yelling at a bad guy or yelling at a player. Can you do that for me? Like, come on, man.
No, we don't yell. We just
So, Coach, what do you do for the program?
Actually, I've been with the defensive staff the entire 6 years I've been here, and I'm the defensive coordinator for the freshman team.
Okay.
And then in the varsity team, I assist Coach Go with the defensive line.
Okay, so let's talk about our freshmen a little bit. Now that we're looking at the next season, we look at some of the freshmen. Do you see any of our freshman defensive players that may be able to help out with the varsity team next year?
Definitely. There's 3 or 4 guys, maybe up to 5 guys that could probably help out on Friday nights next year. There's a couple of linebackers and a couple of defensive linemen and maybe a corner.
Okay. And what was the final record of the freshman season?
We were 8-1.
8-1. Yeah, the one loss to that one town over there.
To that one
yeah,
town.
that
We
one
won't talk
town.
about that.
So you being a part of the program for 6 years, you've seen the transition.
Yes.
And you kind of like what Chance Potts was just talking about. He's saying, he saw that the energy that Coach Perry has been bringing. How has that impacted your coaching style moving forward?
Oh, it's a lot different. Like I said, the energy level is completely different than it was before. You take a team that, the prior year to Coach Perry coming here, we weren't very good, to be honest with you. Energy level was very low. Morale was very low. He comes in 1 year, changes all that around 360. I think it refreshed all the coaches. I know there's some coaches that were thinking about maybe retiring, but
Right.
he stepped in, brought a new perspective, a fresh perspective, exciting football, and it just energized all of us. It was real easy to step up your game. I guess that's the word you might want to use when you're around Coach Perry, though. You got to keep up with him.
Well, I got to ask you this, Chance. Come back to. I'm probably going to ask Kevin the same question. Now that you've kind of been behind the scenes with the coaching staff, you had to be the parent last year, right? And wondering what was going to happen with your athlete that was on the team. So, what are some funny moments that happened in the coach's locker room that you didn't expect as a parent of the coaching staff? I mean, the parent of one of the players.
I'm not going there. I'm too low on the totem pole.
You're too low. Well, Kevin's got tenure, 6 years. You got any good stories?
I have nothing at all. Nothing at all.
He's in the PD, man. They don't ever talk.
It was strictly business. the whole
Strictly
time.
business?
Strictly business in the locker room.
Well, we really appreciate you guys. So what are you looking forward to in 2022 as we continue to advance our program? You want to go first? Go ahead, Chance.
Go ahead, Chance.
Yeah, it's been amazing to me just to interact and connect with these young men and to see what they do. I hope that, we're able to connect with the ones that move on. I've not had that opportunity. I've been coaching youth football for a long time and see what they do after high school. But watching the kids work as hard as they do all year long when no one's watching,
right,
and seeing, that they're taking what's being taught from the top down, they're applying it in football, they're applying it in life, just seeing them grow. To me, they're getting tougher mentally, physically. Like he said, we never ever quit. Nobody ever quit. No coaches quit. No players quit. And if you can, to me, that's just one of the most significant things. Win or lose, wherever we are in the game, that one quality, if kids can carry that on through their high school career and after, I think it's one of the best things you could learn.
Good.
Yeah.
Coach Shipley, what about you? What are you looking forward to as we continue to advance the program on into 2022 and beyond?
Well, as far as I go, each year I get a whole new group of football players at the freshman level.
Right.
So just watching them grow and then get a chance to watch them, the next 3 years after that. The first year they come in, they think they work hard, they think they know what football's all about, And then that first year, you get them just to start working hard and playing hard at the level that we want them to play at. And then you get to watch them for the next 3 years after that and watch them grow. It's pretty cool.
Well, it is a new style and a new energy that we have in our community. We're excited about it. Let's give a round of applause for Coach Potts and Coach Shipley here at the Touchdown Club Coaches Show. And we're going to listen to a quick message from Price Cutter, our sponsor of the Player of the Week. We'll be right back here at Big Whiskies. You know, their meat selection is fantastic, a great selection of produce, fresh food. The store always looks clean. It's always faced. It's just a fantastic representation that we have right here in Nixa. And Rob, we appreciate all the support. You and Mr. Taylor, I see he's back here, the president of the company, and all that they've done for Nixa over the years. So, guys, if you want more Nixa gear, stop by Price Cutter right here in Nixa. It's going to be open during their hours. It's beautiful. Come check it out. You know, where's Coach Perry at? I see Coach Perry. We got Coach Perryman from the basketball team. We've got some baseball. You guys need to come get the gears to support these coaches, all right?
And there they are, your Nixa Eagles.
Well, Nixa football, welcome back to the Touchdown Club Coaches Show. We're back here from Big Whiskies. And, you know, Coach, I jumped into Price Cutter the other day, and I got me one of those. Well, actually, I didn't buy it. Lisa's here somewhere. She bought some of these jalapeno poppers and a T-bone. And absolutely delicious. So I'm telling you, good meat over there. Somebody's going to win a steak tonight. We'll get back to that in just a few minutes. But, Coach, talking about Potts and Shipley, I guess it's just, again, I think I've really gotten connected with the program over the last 2 years, even though I've been with the program for many years. Didn't even realize Coach Shipley had been with the program for 6 years. What's your thoughts on those two guys?
You know what? Like, my number one thought is this. They are two transformational people. Like, they are in this business helping us to help kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, they are about trying to help kids be better, be a better person. And, you know, honestly, that for us is number one. You know, like, what happens after that's number 2, 3, and 4.
Right.
But they are two, you know, great human beings that have poured into our kids' lives. And that's important. You know, that's important for the kids. And, you know, I appreciate having both of them.
Well, Coach, when we were talking about how we're going to do the wrap-up show, you and I were communicating over the weekend. One thing that not only do we have great players, and we have the great fans, and we have the great coaches, you wanted to highlight a few extras who helped make Friday Night Football a magical thing in Nixa.
You know what? And you know this because you know what it takes to put on the show on Friday night. You know, well, a lot of people don't know what it takes to run a football program like this, the way that we want to run it. You have to have help, you know, and the one of the things that, you know, I'm most grateful for here is the help of the parents. You know, we have had some parents that, you know, we've had a bunch of them, and this is just a few of them, but these are a few that have went over and beyond, you know, the call of duty to be a parent, you know,
Right.
to help the program, good, bad, or indifferent. They've showed up and, you know, done things to help us be better.
Well, Coach, somebody's got to set up the Eagle every Friday night, you know, and there's a lot of things that happen behind the scenes between food and support and tailgating and not just that. That's just on Friday nights. So we brought up our first guest here tonight is our president of our local Nixa Athletic Booster Club, Brian McCracken. Tell me, Coach, why did you want to make sure he was on the list tonight?
You know, he's probably the first person, one of the first parents that I met, and from day one has done anything in his ability to help us get better as a football team. You know, like, this guy shows up and films practice every single day. You know, like, filming practice is a task that very few probably desire,
Right.
but it helps us be better. You know, like we're able to coach faster during practice, go back and watch it. You know, our coaches interact with our kids through sending them clips and huddle homework and stuff like that. And none of that happens without that. And then not to mention all the other hats that he wears. I mean, he wears a lot of them, but he's been one of them that's been very special to us since I've been here.
Well, Brian, you've got obviously two kids that are in the program, Austin and Ramon, and of course, both of them play multiple sports. But I know that there's a lot of parents that have kids that play multiple sports and are involved in Nixa athletics. Why is it so important for you to make sure that you're volunteering and giving back to Nixa athletics?
Well, I would say it's because of the kids.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look around and look at this senior class, that's why. They're the why. When you ask the why of this program, you know, it's the Caissons, it's Dawson, you know, it's those. That's why. It's that simple.
So, and that's a good point because you see, and I've seen it over the years. You see the different parents that come and go as the program evolves, and the kids, you know, they go through it, and you see them get involved, and the next thing you know, they take a step back. But I've seen you do different things. You've been trying new things with the Booster Club. What are some other ways that we as football fans, because that's what we do at the Touchdown Club, when we raise money through this coaches show or the cornhole tournament, we just give it right back to you, and then you allocate it to where it needs to go. But how else can this fan base support the Nixa Athletic Booster Club?
The very simple way is to join. That's step one. Join.
Just join.
And then, you know, from there we have events. You know, this week we're having our winter sports, you know, kickoff event tomorrow night. So when you see this, it'll have been last night. So I hope you were there.
Right. We're doing it. We'll air on Thursday nights. Yeah.
You know, so join. You know, we're rolling out a website that is going to allow people to, you know, join and put it on an annual, you know, renewal, so they don't have to do it every year. Merchandise on there, you know, different things. So, you know, join and just get involved.
Yeah. All right, Coach, any other final thoughts for Mr. Brian McCracken?
No, just very thankful that he's a part of the program.
Yeah,
and,
me too.
You know, we're blessed to have him.
Yep. He's give a round of applause for Brian McCracken. Okay, get out of here, Brian. Go. Coach, who's next? Who's next on the
Sherry
list?
Potts, come on down.
Now,
You're the next contestant on The Price is Right.
that's right. Where is she? You were supposed to be standing over here ready, but Coach, why did you want to highlight Sherry Potts here tonight?
Well, because she definitely has the best T-shirt going on in the house. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Ball mode with a pineapple drink. I like it.
It's Coach Perry's favorite fruit.
Here you go. Say that out loud.
It's Coach Perry's favorite fruit.
that is a negative, strong negative. I don't even eat pineapple, but whatever. This is what I wanted to do with Sherry. Like, you know, like Sherry's probably done more than any one individual in our program. Going back to last year, like she would share time recording, you know, video and practice for us. She had the bad fortune of filming practice the day her son's knee got tore up at practice. You know what I'm saying? Like, and she never stopped recording. Like, it was all, I had to go up there and get her. I'm like, come on now.
Show
Like,
must go on.
she was all business, but she's done everything in the world to help us. I mean, she makes a Sam's run every single week of her life. She's made a Sam runs to go get us what we need for Friday night. You know, I mean, she's opened her house up to our coaches. Our coaches are our coaches, and they could have given you some stories. I'm glad they didn't because they're very good folks. But we've had some good times. You know, like we celebrate when you're supposed to celebrate. We celebrate each other. We celebrate our team, and she's been gracious enough, her and Chance, to open up their house to us. But the things she's done for our program, I couldn't even list them all out. You know, it's been fantastic.
Man, that is awesome. Well, I just want to add to that, Coach. I don't really, this filming stuff and the Sam's run and all that stuff, that's great. I love it. But what was that cake you brought up to the booth last week? I'm telling you, every Friday night, or a lot of the Friday nights over the last several years, we always get a special dessert from Sherry Potts in the booth. And I'm telling you, I could not get enough of it. What was that? What was that cake?
Pumpkin bars.
Yeah, pumpkin bars. I'm telling you.
Monster bars.
Can I place an order? I think I have some money in my pocket. I'm telling you, it was that good. Sherry, what motivates you to be such a big part of the program?
I love sport. Oh, I love sports, and I love to watch it, participate, and since Coach Perry's been here, it's just grown and so much more excitement. So yeah, I just want to be around it.
Yeah. Well, she has been for many years now, and we really appreciate all the hard work. And anything you want to say to Mr. Coach Perry while you got him here? He's being awful nice tonight.
Hey, you know how you always ask that question. Has anybody got a funny story?
Yeah.
She could probably answer that question
She
for
might
you.
be
She's
able
probably
to.
got a funny story or two.
Is that a
But
challenge?
She has been great, man. Like when my wife's out of town, she invited me for they cooked fried chicken one night. And she invited me for fried chicken because my wife's out of town. She knows I'm about incompetent when it comes to some stuff. So I show up over there at the house and I walk in. There ain't a chicken in sight. Not one. It's unbelievable. Like she played a dirty joke on me, but
Came back the next night for fried chicken.
Came back the next night.
hey, and it was some really good fried chicken, to be
All
honest
right.
with you.
Well, Sherry, thank you so much for all you do for the program. Give Sherry Potts a round of applause. And pumpkin bars. I got to get some of those in the near future. Thank you so much. And seriously, it's always nice that I've known Sherry for a long time, and we really appreciate all the contributions her and Chance have made. Okay, Coach, who's next?
We got Miss Tanel Terry. Come on
up.
down.
Here we go. Our next contestant right here at the Nixa Touchdown Club. Now, you wanted to play a trivia game with her, right? Is that...
Yes.
Okay, so we've got the Jeopardy questions ready. You ready? Here comes question number 1. No, I'm kidding.
I'm going to tell you what the first question is. And if you get this right, you will be one step better than Chris.
Uh-oh.
What was our record this year?
Oh, yeah, I had that wrong.
It's
a while
okay,
ago.
it's
That's
okay.
why I skipped over it so fast, Coach.
8-3.
It was 8-3. I skipped over it.
Thank
so
you.
fast.
Help him out. You know what
I
I'm
know.
saying? It's kinda
I skipped
tough.
over fast. I had the wrong record. That's why I caught it.
Well, I'm going to tell you, Miss Tanel,
my third show today.
we've just gotten to know each other really this year and what she was able to do. You know, like our Ministerial Alliance puts together our meals for us every Friday. And she came to the school every single Friday. She was the go-between between the meal, between us, and was able to help sat there and wiped every table down when it was over with. She helped me with the 30 for 30 raffle. Like, she bent over backwards to give back to this Nixa football team, and I just wanted to say thank you, and, you know, we are blessed to have her in our program.
That's a round of applause. So now tell me, what motivates, what's the drive behind you to be such a part of the program?
Well, I enjoy sports, but I have a son on the program. I have a son coming up through the ranks. He'll be a freshman next year, and it's something that I can do to give back to the community and to the program and be a part.
So, talking about the Ministerial Alliance meals and that kind of a thing. So, have you ever seen how much Coach can eat? I mean, I'm kind of curious. Is that
Well,
like, do you have to have a special thing for him, or
Typically, Coach
Oh, my
doesn't
God.
eat. He might not pass up the dessert table, but he typically doesn't eat.
I don't normally eat, thank you. I make up for it after the game, but before the game, I'm a little nervous. I just eat the chocolate chip cookies and move on.
You know, we talk about that. We haven't highlighted that much this year, but the Ministerial Alliance has been a big part of the program for a couple years now. And I think we should give a shout out to them for all their hard work for each and every Thursday night, providing the meals for the players too. So that's always kind of a cool thing.
No doubt.
And I know that the Turners are coming up next here in a minute, and they do something special with that as well. So I'm anxious to talk about that.
For sure.
Tanel, is there anything else you'd like to say about Coach Perry or the football program? Just something on your heart or your mind or your thoughts?
Well, I appreciate the opportunity to be part of the team. And I look forward to the next 4 years because I still got 4 years.
All right, very good. There we are. Miss
Thank you.
Tanel Terry, got to meet her for the first time tonight. So very good. Thank you so much for all you do. Who's next, Coach?
We
Our baseball player.
We got our baseball player, yes.
All right. Well, it's
Yes,
Not
he's not
55.
55. He's actually 35, 40. I don't know, but I'm going to tell you what.
44.
44? God,
There
you
you
look
go.
fabulous for 44.
Thanks. You too.
Wish I looked like that at 44, but I didn't.
well, if you still played baseball, you might.
Too many
Coach.
chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah. Coach, tell us why Ben Hammett's up here with us tonight. Other than being the father of Case and Hammett, what's the big reason you want to
Well,
make sure he come up tonight?
I'm gonna tell you what. Probably one of the first people or couples that we met was Ben and Julie Hammett. When I came up here the very first time, I needed somewhere to store my trailer. I needed somewhere to store some things, and they opened up their house right off the bat. Invited us in, had supper, and then since that time has done everything in the world to help us and give back and do anything they can to help the program. They hosted our big camp out, which that's no small feat. And you think about taking 90 guys, putting them on your property, and having to be responsible for them. And I'm not gonna lie to you, like I got tired that night about 2 or 3 o'clock, and I shouldn't say this, but I slid into the house, went into one of the rooms, took a shower, laid down to take a nap, and this dude went outside, slept outside in a lawn chair so that he could keep track of the kids. And to be honest with you, they really needed somebody to take care of them, didn't they? Because they were up trying to go down a dark slide at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I think my man took a PB&J to the chest by accident, and I think that might have been one of Brian's kids, wasn't it? One of his fine kids.
Ramon smoked me right in the chest with a PB&J.
Ramon did.
It was dark, and he thought he was throwing it at another kid. But anyway, just, Ben and Julie both have been over backwards to help us out and just been fantastic parents for this program. And, it's like Danelle said, like, obviously they have kids in the program and they're involved, okay? But, we have lots of kids in our program. We have lots of parents, and, there are some that go out of their way to help and give back, and these are just a few that do.
Ben, what just follow that up. What do you want to say about what Coach Perry just said?
Well, as far as what motivates me, I mean, obviously we've got kids, but one of the things the program wants to accomplish is to, not only be the best team in the state of Missouri, but make the community proud. Mm-hmm. And I think that's one of the reasons that drives me is we are proud. I mean, we want to be around it in any way, shape, or form possible. I want to be one of the crazy old guys when I'm 80, still hanging around watching Nixa sports.
Playing baseball.
It's just something we've always done growing up, and I want to continue to do that.
I'm going to ask you this as a parent of one of our seniors, and it just kind of dawned on me. You get through Kaysen gets through his sophomore season. We find out the big announcement that happened that year. When you find out Coach Perry, get to know him, tell me what was going through you and Julie and Kaysen's mindset at that point, and what you think about the future of the program.
Well, I mean, just excited. Number one, I mean, kind of have a little bit of a connection. He went to Harding University. It's where Julie went and played basketball there. So kind of a personal connection, but just, new things are always exciting. Kind of a fresh start. Everybody gets a new look, new chance at things. And so I think we were just excited to, see what he brought to the program and how we developed underneath him.
So has Coach come over and watched you play baseball?
No.
I've seen some footage on Facebook, and he's pretty good. Now, I must admit, I was a pretty good baseball player back in the day, and I believe I could hit. Now, I believe I could get a hit.
Do I hear a challenge? Did I just hear a challenge? Did we need to go over the baseball field one afternoon?
We could set that up.
We may need to set that up. That might be something kind of fun.
I need a helmet with a face mask because I'm kind of scared of the ball, and he might be a little wild.
We can do that. I got one right here, Coach. Here, just put this on. We may go out in the parking lot. Anybody got a baseball? No. It'd be kind of fun. Well, Ben, thank you for what you do for the program and all that you do. And I've gotten to know you over the last couple of years, and Coach is spot on with everybody so far. But really, thank you for all that you've done. And it sounds like you've been a big impact this season on our seniors. So give Ben Hammond a round of applause. Very good.
Thank you, brother.
Well, Coach, who we got coming up next here? Oh, I know these guys. Oh, they're both. I love it.
The rock stars.
Oh, here we got 2 mics too. We're gonna have some fun with this. So here we go. Grab a mic.
No, come on.
Come on. You're here, Coach. We got 2 mics. We're good. Coach, why do I have Robert and Tanya Turner up here?
Hey, I'm going to tell you. Let me
Let's get a mic. Get a mic.
Let me tell you. Okay, these other folks are great, okay?
Okay.
Like, they're 9s, 9.5s.
Uh-huh.
Like, these are 10s, okay? Like, these 2 right here took the bull by the horns and just went with it, Like, Tanya stepped up at our first senior meeting, and just the nicest, sweetest person in the world, and kind of took charge, but felt bad about taking charge. She's like, I'm not trying to be this person. But she was absolutely fabulous. When I tell you, like, she kind of ramrodded everything behind the scenes from, a group that came in on Thursday night and cleaned the locker room, and Lord knows it needed it, didn't it? I mean, it was bad sometimes. And we would walk in on Friday, okay? And on Friday, there would be 115 brown bags with goodies in there, okay? Now, I don't eat a whole lot of pregame meals, but I eat a lot of those bags, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would take my bag and Coach Shipley's bag, and I would dump that in one of my drawers really quick, but just was fantastic the entire season. Anything we needed, she was spot on. And her lovely husband right here, there's nobody worked harder for us. He's pulled the trailer. He shows up on Thursdays and helps us pack it, pulls it on Friday, helps throw up the tunnel. Like, these two people right here are first-class individuals that, I owe a lot to, and I could never repay them, but they have been a blessing to us.
That's amazing. Well, and Tanya, I want to talk about two things in compliment. First of all, your ability to capture every play on a Friday night and post it on social media. I mean, I don't know. I mean, where'd Brian go? We just may just hire Tanya in the future to be one of our videographers. She's that good. Something else, something that I know that you and Robert do, and I've known you guys for a long time, and you've always had a passion for Christ and making sure that you've been a part of youth groups and churches. You started what's it called on Thursday night? It's you're praying over the lockers. Is that correct? Where'd that come from?
It actually came from Coach Perry. So he said, he's looked at other teams that are the best and elite teams, and these are the things that they do. They provide snacks, and they do this thing called polish and pray. And so we picked it up, and he just let me kind of run with whatever I thought it should be. And
so what is it? What is it on Thursday nights? What exactly are you doing?
We go into the locker room. I usually make a sign to hang up in the locker room, and some of the other parents, we had a lot of help. We could not do any of it without all of the parents' help. So a lot of regulars, but so many people came and helped, and they brought snacks. And so on the night before, on Wednesday nights, I would make a sign, and I would write on 113 bags. We did 13 for the coaches, and then we did 100 bags for the students, and then all of the parents would bring snacks in, and then we'd fill the bags. We'd go through every locker, and we would walk through, and we would clean them, and we'd pray over each locker as we went through. And then at the end of the night, we'd circle up, and we'd pray together and pray for our team.
Nice. It just doesn't get a whole lot better than that, Coach.
Hey, and think about this. On top of that, we provided snacks for our kids this year, 100% from the parents. She ramrodded that. Like, we were able to throw out, snacks during practice. We let them go over there and get them some if they wanted to during water breaks. There was quite a bit of those that was brought throughout the year. They ramrodded every Sunday at 12:30. These two are standing in our locker room with food that's been donated from the parents for the coaches because, our coaches would come in at 9 or 10 and stay all throughout the evening. And what a blessing it was for us to be able to have a meal in the middle of Sunday. And they were there every day serving it. People like that are hard to come by, which is why I wanted to, do this tonight.
Well, I tell you, on the Robert side of things, this season, and even a little bit last season, but this season, he's been instrumental for us here on the Coaches Show. We roll in right around between 5:45 and 6 p.m., and even tonight he calls and goes, "Hey, the trailer's unlocked. I'm going to start unloading gear." Robert, what inspires you to do what you do for the program in so many other ways? The hard work that it takes to make sure that you're there on Friday nights, not just because of Michael either. I know it's more than that.
Well, it is. Obviously, Michael is a big part of it, but just to be a part of the community and to serve.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you one thing, Coach. I have something I want to do here is that we are presenting them with Parents of the Season. And this is really going to Robert Turner because it's from the Touchdown Club, from Price Cutter, helping me out each and every Friday night. I want you to go in there and get the biggest possible, juiciest steak for you and Michael to take to deer camp or something fun and cook out and enjoy that. So give him this family a round of applause for our Price Cutter Parents of the Season, right? So there we go. Guys, thank you so much. Appreciate all your hard work and all your love and passion that you have, and it cannot be replaced. You know what, Coach? I don't think we have any more we want to bring up tonight. I know that you'll probably honor some more people in the future at the banquet, but right now we'll be right back with the final wrap-up of the Coaches Show for the 2021 season after a quick message right here at Big Whiskies.
Hey kids, Dr. Kopp here. Do you like turkeys? Do you like trophies? Do you like turkeys on trophies? Well then I've got the fun event for you. It's the Great Gobble Gallop. Yes, the Great Gobble Gallop. Come on out to Inman on November 20th for the Great Gobble Gallop. We've got a live DJ, we've got an awesome costume contest, and check this out. The school that has the most participation will get to turkey your teacher. Your PE teacher will have to wear something like this all day. So you'll definitely want to come to turkey your teacher. This event is brought to you by the School Health Advisory Council. This is the same group that puts on the Nixa Iron Chef. Check out the link below, sign up, and show up November 20th to Inman Intermediate. It's gonna be awesome. I've got my turkey call ready because I wanna win that turkey gobble contest. It goes like this: gobble gobble what? Gobble gobble what? Come to the gobble gallop. Woo!
Well, welcome back to Big Whiskey's here in Nixa, Missouri for the Touchdown Club. And Coach, I just got to tell you, a little applause there. That was a long segment, but maybe one of my most favorite segments we've done all season.
No doubt about it. Being grateful for the people that help you. And, so many times they go unnoticed, they go unrecognized, and that's what they wanted. Like, they didn't want to come up here.
Right.
But, I think it's awesome to honor people like that. And I just want them to know, how thankful I am and that you are for them and, the entire Nixa community.
Well, I know one thing. Robert Turner will have no problem picking out a big steak and making it to perfection. I've cooked steaks with that man, and he is unbelievable.
No, he's a very good chef. I've actually had some of his cooking myself. It's pretty good.
Well, I'll tell you what, before we move forward, I just got, in the break here, I got a little message from some other Nixa Touchdown Club alumni. They want to start an annual scholarship in the honor of Coach Rich Davies for $1,000 to go to one of your seniors this year, and we'll get with the schools and make that happen. Isn't that cool?
Awesome.
So we want to do the Coach Rich Davies annual scholarship of $1,000 for the Nixa Touchdown Club alumni. So that'd be kind of cool. Well, Coach, just real fast, I know you talked about it a while ago. You're already thinking about what that lineup's going to look like next year. But how do we begin to prepare for the 2022 season, even though it's not over yet here in Missouri football?
The first thing we do as a coaching staff is we're going to sit down and talk individually. We're going to talk as a group. We're going to think outside the box. Like, what can we do to get better? Like, what can we do to improve our chances, to improve our, anything about the game or what goes into the game. And we're going to go try to learn some more, better, newer, things that can help us be better than we are right now. And then we're also at the same time going to take our kids back to work in the weight room, trying to get bigger, stronger, and faster. And Leadership Academy will kick off soon.
Right.
We're going to try to teach them the skills that they need to be successful off the field, which is much more important than what goes on the field. And our kids have been a great example of that, man. Like, we have got some outstanding kids that, will go out of their way to serve other people and be an example for others. And, it's a blessing. So we are already started, and we look forward to it, man. The sky's the limit. Yeah. Our programs have been great. I mean, Our JV guys went, I think, 8-1, 9-1.
Mm-hmm.
I think the 9th grade was 9-1.
8-1, yeah.
The 8th grade was good. The 7th grade was undefeated, I think. Like, the future's bright, and we're excited.
All right, very good. Well, we are too. Aren't you guys excited about the future of Nixa football? I know we sure are. And, Coach, we've got the mentor program in place. If you want to find out more information how you can support the Nixa football program, there's lots of different ways, to the Touchdown Club, the Booster Club. I know this summer we'll have our cornhole tournament. We need to get a big crowd for that. We'll have the normal things happening that we were starting these new traditions, and looking forward to seeing that here in the near future. So, well, Coach, I guess this is going to wrap things up for the 2021 Nixa Touchdown Club Coaches Show.
I would like to say thank you to you. You're very instrumental in what we do. You're a huge part of it. I mean, Friday nights are great. You're a huge part of that.
Well,
being able
Coach.
to do this has
It
been
is
a
fun.
blessing. Like, you are a Eagle through and through, and that comes through. You're really good with your mouth, which comes in handy when you have a coach's show. You know what I'm saying? So it is a blessing, and I am very thankful for you.
Well, Coach, thank you so much. Couldn't do it. Thank you. I enjoy doing it, but it's the energy and the excitement that we have. Also, big thanks to Vance Jenkins back here. Our producer stepped up, and Heather helped out a little bit this year. And, of course, we already talked about the Turners helping with breakdown and setup. And, of course, our fine sponsors, Jenkins CPA, Big Whiskeys, Price Cutter, and Greg's Mower Shop. We'll be looking for new sponsors next year, sponsors at the Coaches Show, the Cornhole Tournament. So I guess I hate to wrap it up, but we're going to. So, guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight at Big Whiskeys. Don't forget, this will air on Thursday at 7. We had a lot more clips, a little more pizzazz to it. So make sure and check it out, watch it, share it, tag everybody that you know. And we thank you so much for coming out this year to the Nixa Touchdown Club Coaches Show right here at Big Whiskeys. Have a great night, everybody. Don't forget to tip your bartenders and waitresses. They do a great job here.
Today, they a meal on our plate. If you stepping up to play, then you're sealing your fate. Ay, this is greatness, seeing fear in their faces. Walking into the field, if we riot, you can't get tamed. Is why did we keep the fire, we flaming. Anyone out claiming, they can outplay the gang, leave them hating. Nixa, are you ready? Nixa busting down the walls, yeah. Cleats stomping hard, mean tearing up the yard, yeah. Throw 100 yards, son, you know we running off, yeah. Home of the Eagles with all but the players' dogs, yeah. Friday night, lights shining bright, bring the hype. If you call me call right, then you better bring the fight, yeah. This game is alive, yeah. Practice day and night, yeah. Blood, sweat, and tears on the grid, I am grind, yeah. Put your hands together for the. Put your hands together for the. Put your hands together for the. Everybody put your hands together for the boys in the red, putting every team to bed now. Better get their helmets cause we coming for their head now. Reppin' never bled now, reppin' the Midwest. Put the city on your back and the Eagles are never let down. Nixa, are you ready? Nixa busting down the walls, yeah. Cleats stomping hard, mean tearing up the yard, yeah. Throw 100 yards, son, you know we running off, yeah. Home of the Eagles with all of the players' dogs, yeah. Friday night, lights shining bright, bring the hype. If you call me, call right, and you better bring the fight, yeah. This game is alive, yeah. Practice day and night, yeah. Blood, sweat, and tears on the grid, I am grind, yeah. Doesn't matter, get better, grid, no grind, yeah. Doesn't matter, get better, grid, dying, yeah. Doesn't matter, get on the grid, dying, grind, yeah. Doesn't matter, get better. Put your hands together for the boys in the red, putting every team to bed. Better get your helmets cause we coming for their head. Reppin' never bled now, reppin' the Midwest. Put the city on your back and the Eagles will never let down. Oh, no. Friday night lights shining bright, bring